Hey everyone, welcome to this new YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be not only answering a question from one of my viewers about dominating Redbubble niches, but I'm also going to explain how to dominate a niche on Redbubble, and more importantly, how you can guarantee sales when taking this journey of dominating a niche on Redbubble. So let's go ahead and get right into explaining what dominating a niche actually means. Now, I've posted videos about this early last year, early 2022. So you can go ahead and watch those videos, but basically, I'll make it as simple as possible. Dominating a niche works like this. If you're uploading into a niche and you upload, let's say, one or two designs in a specific niche on Redbubble, and mind you, in all of our texts, all of our videos, all of our courses, we explain that a niche is a keyword that is being searched on Redbubble, and each individual keyword is a different niche from a keyword perspective, not from an intellectual perspective, okay? But let's just go ahead and continue. So if you've uploaded a design or two in a specific keyword niche that share the same keywords, and over time you happen to get a sale, what that does confirm to you is that specific niche generates sales. And a wise thing to do is to look back at that niche and decide to conquer the niche or dominate the niche. And the way that looks like is that you increase the probability of being chosen in that niche by increasing the amount of art in that niche that you own. And I'll put things into perspective. Let's say a niche has 100 designs. You go ahead and you create 200 designs. That is a slight example of dominating a niche where thereby you have the majority on that current keyword search. So if a customer was to happen to keyword search that keyword, right, and find that niche on Redbubble, and they see 350 designs or 200 designs or 220 designs, you want to have at least the majority, meaning over 50%, 60%. In the case that I just gave you, you would have about 2/3 of that niche. If there's 100 designs and you upload 200, the total is 300, and you own 200 out of those 300. That's the basic summary of it. There's a little bit more to it, but I'm going to answer some questions and I'm going to show you an example, like I said, of dominating a niche. So let's go ahead and read this question by Amy Louise Burton. First of all, shout out to you for asking this question. I do like answering some questions here on YouTube and doing like a Q&A between the videos and you guys, so I love to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and answer this question. Let's read it aloud first. It says, I have a question. If I wanted to dominate a niche, and there were 300 designs, if I then created 150, would my viewers think, why is she repeatedly adding 150 of the exact same theme when she normally does more general stuff? It may sound silly, but I'm just wondering how my viewers would suddenly view 150 designs on the same topic. Or am I needlessly worrying? Is there an approach to creating 150 to dominating a niche of, say, 300 designs? Amy, first of all, thank you for your question. We'll go ahead and tackle this question. And I want to be clear. Let's go ahead and on Redbubble here, and let me show you an example of a very small niche. This small niche here has 57 results, okay? 57 total results, all right? And let's just apply this niche to Amy's question. Would it be odd? Would the viewers of that, whether of her account or even of the viewers who are searching here, would they view that there's something odd about the fact that she owns majority of the designs on the niche? Or we could even use her example of, if there are 300 designs and she uploads 150, would the viewers look at it weird? Would they scratch their head and say, why does she keep uploading these designs? Well, to be clear, the platform Redbubble doesn't work the same way a social media account does. So, for example, if I'm a general YouTuber and I YouTube just my general life or my vlogging life, and all of a sudden I start hyper-focusing on a certain topic, of course, my viewers are going to drop off when I hyper-focus on certain topics, and when I revert back to the general type content, everybody will watch back again. In the case of Redbubble, things work drastically differently. When you have followers on Redbubble, they're not notified of every single art that you upload. They are notified if they go ahead and check their activity feed, but they're not really receiving emails all the time and notifications on their phone every single day of the type of designs that you upload. And remember, if somebody tends to follow you, they probably follow other people as well on Redbubble. Now remember, Redbubble is an e-commerce site. Most customers, the overwhelming majority, maybe 80%, check out as guests, meaning they find something they're searching on Google, they find the product, and they check out as a guest. They don't really save their profile. They don't send messages to their customers, things like that. Now, if you're a seller, send messages to the sellers, things like that. So if you're a seller, you could think of it this way. How many messages, how many bubble mails do you get from your customers? Are they quite often or quite minimal? Probably quite minimal. I have a store, for example, that has crossed over 8,000 sales. We've got maybe in total, my guess, maybe 50 bubble mails, 50 messages, private messages through bubble mail asking for a certain customization or certain change over maybe a course of 14 months. So the reality is that people are not typically following you so intricately in a way that it's content. Remember that they're purchasing products, and that's the reason why they're following you. All right, so let's get that clear. Now, if we look at things differently, first of all, when customers are searching for something and they see that one seller has uploaded the majority of art, the reality is once again, majority of customers are checking out as guests. And they don't really even pay attention to the store creator of that specific product. Most of the time they don't. When customers search for a product, they see the actual designs, and that is the very first thing that catches their attention. Not really the name brand the brand of the store name, or even the title of the product. Most of the times, like I said, they just look at the art, and then later they will start looking at the other details. But once again, this is not something that you should worry about. It is potentially needlessly worrying. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to not reaffirm your cognitive dissonance. And what I mean by that is this. On Redbubble, when you're uploading constantly, there are going to be things you run into, maybe errors or glitches, or maybe, like you said, things that you needlessly worry about. For example, I was uploading on Redbubble the other day, and I was trying different things. I was experimenting with different things, and as you guys know, I'm a mad scientist. I experiment all the time, and I was testing different things. And one of the things that I was testing, I was uploading certain designs. I'm not going to say exactly what I was testing, but I noticed that some of my designs started taking longer to upload. And when I say upload, I mean appear in the search results. I started scratching my head. I started worrying. And then I started saying, well, maybe my account is in the process of getting flagged or banned because of this new thing that I was testing. I was completely wrong. I was just reaffirming my cognitive dissonance. Because there was a distance between my brain and what's actually going on the platform, a distance of knowledge, a barrier of lack of understanding, I started attributing certain things happening to why they were happening. I always had to have a reason why, right? It's very similar if you see like a 19-year-old pull into a gas station, pulls out of a Lamborghini, immediately you're probably going to think, what? His father bought it for him, or it's daddy's money, right? Same concept. Because the person doesn't know that situation, they come up with any kind of random solution. So what I want you to do is, in the process of uploading these 150 designs, don't be reaffirmed by your cognitive dissonance. If this is your first time doing this, you're going to notice certain things. Maybe the uploads take longer than usual, or maybe, a glitch may happen there, or here or there. Or maybe you don't immediately see your design in the search ranking, or maybe, whatever the case may be. Don't worry. This is normal. Don't freak out, and don't, once again, needlessly worry. Okay? Now, to get to the point of concept here, it is needlessly worrying. Okay? You don't need to worry about that whatsoever, because, once again, a customer purchases, in this case, a complete commodity, a t-shirt, a hat, a hoodie, whatever. They could buy the same thing at Walmart, but the reason why they're buying on this website is because they like your design. Also, to lower that weirded out factor that you mentioned, where people might be curious or confused as to why you're uploading certain designs, it's important to add variation to these designs, which is one of the core principles we've taught in the dominating the niche videos. You can go on our YouTube channel and you can just type in the word dominate here, and you could see all the different videos we uploaded related to Redbubble around dominating a niche. And remember, there was a video that I created, maybe not last year, maybe the year before, but it was called Divide and Conquer, the war strategy behind Redbubble. You can search those videos, you can watch those videos, and you'll see that there are very particular strategies we have around dominating specific niches and being very specifically successful around those concepts. And like I said, we have a catalog of over 1,000 videos. Yes, 1,000 videos on this YouTube channel, so you can become an expert when it comes down to Redbubble. And like I said, all the information that I gain is not information that I read in books or magazines or watch other YouTube videos. All the information has been solely developed by me through uploading more than 50,000 designs. So everything that I experience, like I said, comes from my information. Now, I have a suggestion. If you are worried that somehow, some way, it will hurt your account where customers think that you're uploading the same designs from the same store, I have a suggestion. First off, the first mistake you're probably making is uploading into a general account. We've really pressed this in the tagging course. I'll just pull it up here. The Autopilot Passive Income Redbubble tagging course right here. We've stressed it really hard, and we pushed it really hard, where we specifically said each shop that you open up on Redbubble needs to have a specific overarching niche. Not only does it increase average order value, but having a specific niche allows you to do things like dominating a specific keyword niche that is searched on Redbubble. Very important. For example, if I was to create a Scottish Highlands cow design, it would probably be a smart idea for my designs to all encompass the concept of cows, all kinds of cows. Does that make sense? That's important. And the likelihood of somebody buying my design in a specific niche can increase, and the average order value can increase, and I can make more profit over time because of that very reason. Not to mention, if my store is all-encompassing in one general niche, or one overarching niche, not a general niche, but an overarching niche, like, for example, the concept of cows, well, in that case, I can promote it on social media more, and I can use an Instagram bot to help me do so. And that's very powerful. I can't explain that enough. You can generate, instead of one organic sale a month off of a design, you can generate 10, 20, 40 sales a month off of that one design using Instagram automation. And once again, you can search Instagram on my YouTube here, and you can see tons and tons of videos related to these concepts that can help you make more money, all right? And all this content is free. Besides the courses, all this content is free, and we keep our courses pretty cheap anyway, so that's a side note. But regardless, that is where you want to go. Now, I'll have one tip. If you are, like I said, kind of feeling some weird emotion about it, something you can do is you can create multiple stores in that one niche. And what you can do is you can separate the 150 designs that you feel you want to create amongst those stores. So if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 stores, you can create 5, 20, 30, 40 designs on each store, and you can get better results not better results, but differentiated results amongst those accounts. And from an algorithmic standpoint, it will present different stores creating them, but also from a peace of mind mindset, it will help ease your mind. And I'm a very big believer in decreasing all the different obstacles in the pathway so that you can be at ease mentally when you're working. Because like I said, cognitive dissonance and your human defaulting is a very sometimes unfortunate thing that causes a lot of people to fail. There's a lot of people who start their business journeys, and it doesn't even have to be related to Redbubble, but they start their business journeys, they aim for success, and they're really hurting themselves, right? Because what happens is they have these cognitive dissonance defaults, things that they automatically think or they automatically believe just because of their lack of awareness, lack of knowledge, things like that. So yes, you're worrying way too much. Just keep in mind, At the end of the day, this is a side hustle, if you will. You could turn it into a job for sure. You could turn it into passive income for sure, but it's a matter of controlling the mind. Controlling the mind is probably the most important thing. Don't allow yourself to get distracted, and hopefully you understand what I'm talking about when I say that, is that don't freak out when you're uploading. Don't, over-exaggerate certain things mentally. Just keep working, keep working, keep working, almost like in a very stoic approach. Separate the mental emotions of worry and stress away from the actual work. Think of it like a robot. Have no thoughts at all times. Or literally just move like a robot. There's literally no other way I can say it. Now, I know that sounds unappealing to some people, but at the end of the day, you do have to have some non-emotional robotic activity to achieve some really, really high successful level in life. Not everything is going to be fun and enjoyable all the times. And I think you guys already know that, because when I was uploading 60 designs a day every day last year and starting a new store every month with those stores, I did vent to you guys a little bit. I did admit this is not fun. This is difficult. This is grueling to do this every single day without missing a single day for 365 days. It was a lot of work. So I want to go ahead and be clear about that. But I wanted to also give you guys a little bonus. Since this is the end of the video, some of you guys can click off now, but I'm going to give you guys a little bonus of a tutorial to show you how you can fast search different smaller type niches. Okay, so I've been using this tool for a very long time now. For the people who have been watching this YouTube channel for a while, you may recognize this tool. For the people who haven't, well, you're in for a treat. So this tool right here, created by Bots and Apps, is called the Redbubble Analytics Pro. I'll leave a link, or specifically my affiliate link, in the description box down below. And what this tool does is that it helps me find these niche keywords that tend to have lower competition and higher search demand. At the very least, what I look for is lower competition. But remember, you're going to walk up on a golden opportunity by having low competition and high search demand, or higher than what is expected. Keep that as a golden rule, and do not forget that. Low competition, high search demand. Let me show you how this works. So what I'm doing here is I'm searching a somewhat general keyword. So in this case, let's type in Scottish Highlands cow, okay? Let's not type this in. Let's type in just the word cow, which is a general keyword, and let's hit search. What my goal here to do today is I'm trying to figure out the keyword's niche. I'm trying to figure out the data of the keyword and see, are there potential things that can help me find low competition keywords? Well, there happens to be two avenues to do so. When I search the keyword cow, from a Google standpoint, I have these lists of keywords here that are related, okay, to the keyword cow. For example, we have this word here called Holstein Friesian cattle, right? Or Sahiwal cattle, right? Sorry for the pronunciation, but I'm just going to go ahead and copy this keyword now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the tool again, and I'm going to go hit a keyword search here, Sahiwal cow, right? And I'll hit search. And if I get an error of some sort, I'll just go ahead and search again. Sometimes that does happen. The data needs to clear. But it's going to give me some data on this keyword in reference to Google and in reference to Redbubble. So here, for the keyword Sahiwal cattle, I have a competition of 6, meaning there are 6 other designs on the Redbubble itself. And there's only 3 stores competing, meaning 3 stores have at least more than one design. And in this case, all of them probably have more than one design, or it's potential. But anyways, and then what we see here is that the keyword, has 90,000 searches. Now, this is one of the most drastic examples that I've showed here on YouTube, but for a competition of 6, meaning 6 other designs are uploaded, and there are a total of 90,000 searches on Google, this indicates high search volume and low competition, which is exactly what we're looking for. In reference to the trend, I wouldn't pay attention to this. Once again, I made videos on this. The only thing you do not want is you do not want a drastic dip and a drastic spike. This is not something I would worry about, and also the keyword itself is evergreen, okay? It is evergreen. We can make videos talking about what evergreen means in the future, things like that, but it is evergreen. And then you could see here, we have a shops competing list. This shops competing list is crucially important because what it does show is it indicates the potential for extreme profitability, and I'll explain what I mean. Whenever you come across a smaller niche, it's sometimes harder to believe if that niche is making money or not. And truthfully, every design you upload is an asset, but the asset differs in value. Some assets on Redbubble are worth $100 a year, some are worth $20 a year, some are even worth 25 cents a year. As a Redbubble seller, I want to be able to maximize how much that asset is worth. And in this very case, you could see here that this shop called Saeed Dahwadi has 4 entries for this very keyword of Sahiwal cattle, okay? 4 entries. Now, that means one seller occupies 4 out of 6 of all the total designs. If we extrapolated that into percentages, that equals to 66.6% of the probability. That is a perfect example of dominating a niche. Let me show you a different way to find these keywords that are lower competition. Let's go ahead and revert back to the cow example. So I'm going to type in the word cow here and hit search. Once again, we'll find, or excuse me, I didn't really need to hit the word search, but we'll use this as an example, okay? Once it provides the results, great. I'm going to actually go ahead and click here on the second button. This is what I meant to do. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go here, and I'm going to type in the word cow, okay? Now, what this tool is this is a Redbubble Tag Generator. Now, to be honest, Bots and Apps has a better Redbubble Tag Generator that I use all the time specifically for tagging. This section here I do not use for tagging, but I use it more to find higher competition keywords, or excuse me, higher search demand keywords with lower competition. So let's go ahead and scroll down and let's look for some keywords that are related to the keyword cow that could potentially have lower competition. So we have the keyword cow here, and I see a few different keywords. I see watercolor Highland cow. That's an example of one. I see here the word Highland cow. I see strawberry cow. If we look right at all this different data and we go back to, and let's actually just copy one of these keywords for now. Let's take watercolor Highland cow, just like this, right? If we take the original keyword cow and we search it, the keyword cow, right, and we'll see how much it has in just a second, but I bet you the competition is going to be very, very high, 115,000 of competition. If I now erase the keyword cow and I hit watercolor Highland cow, I bet you that number is drastically lower. Drastically lower. Let's go ahead and see what that actual number in the competition is. And you can see here, the competition is 310. In fact, there's so less competition that the demand, the trends, are not even visible. Now, we could go ahead and probably hit search again, and it will provide us, maybe go ahead and refresh this. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But this is a perfect example of a smaller niche. And I'm actually happy I'm using this example, even though the trends are not showing, because of one reason. Look at the Google searches. This keyword gets 210 searches per month, okay? 210 searches a month. There's 310 total designs, but yet 55 stores are attributing to those 310 designs. So that means 55 different sellers in amalgamation, created 310 total designs. That's impressive. What that indicates to me, if there's a smaller amount of, or a very small amount of shops with a higher amount of competition, that is an indicator to reflect the profitability. But let's go ahead and confirm profitability by scrolling down and seeing how many entries each store has. And you could see here the top 4 stores for a keyword like this that has only 310 competition. Every single one of these stores at 4 have multiple designs. This one has 7, this one has 7, this one has 10, and this one has 12. So keep this in mind. On the first page for this keyword, a store has 12 designs ranking. What does that mean? That means there's high demand from a consumer perspective, there's money to be made, and it's not just one store cashing in on the money, it's multiple stores. And you look at this and you say, okay, 210 searches, is that good? To be honest, it's pretty good. It's not the best. In fact, I would have wished it would have been 400 and 500 searches a month, but beggars can't be choosers. And all the time we look to upload designs to Redbubble, I will remind you that we want them to be assets. We want them to generate some sort of income. And I will also state this for the record. Me personally, I don't care if the design is going to generate me $5 a year, $10 a year, or $5 a month. And I know that's a big difference in income. But the reason why I say that is because of this one reason. I'm consistent with Redbubble. I've made a commitment that just like all the other websites that I upload on, including my own private websites, I've committed to Redbubble. And I am in it for the long haul. And I'm not trying to hit the lotto. I'm not trying to get the knockout or, knock it out of the park on one design. I'm not trying to make millions of dollars off one design. I'm trying to get money off of all my designs consistently. I want all my designs to be profitable. Now, that's going to be something that's very hard to do, but I could tell you, me personally, with my stores, I don't have a single store that doesn't generate at least over 50% probability, meaning most of my designs, over 50%, are all generating income in terms of the actual designs. Now, once again, whether it be $1 a year or $100 a year or even $1,000 a year off of a design, I do not care. I want each one to generate me some sort of cash flow, some sort of income. Remember, I upload it once. I take the investment, I take the time to upload it once, I'm done. It takes me about 45 minutes to upload all of my designs for the day. We're talking about 30 designs. Ever since they cut down from 60 to 30 designs, it's been even faster. So all I have to do is attribute that a little bit of time to that specific design, and that design will pay me down the road. All right, guys? So hopefully this video helped you out, and more importantly, hopefully it gave you the ability to go out there and dominate some niches. I will say, this is a terrible way of doing things. If you think you're going to dominate a niche by doing like this, come on. Make sure your art is attractive, it looks good, it's winning art. I mean, come on, guys. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not going to talk too much. And more importantly, go out there and dominate a niche. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.